Hello, welcome back. So, I want to talk to you about the money of gang stalking. So, when gang stalking happens to someone, it feels like it's an incredibly expensive operation. So, why does it feel like that? Well, sometimes when you're driving around, it feels like there were a bunch of cars, getting in your way on purpose to make you late to whatever, to your errand or to your appointment. Also, sometimes you see planes and you know with like all your, with complete certainty that a gang stalker flew that plane to mock you. You know that the that the traffic delay of the city was there to confuse you. You just know that this grandiose scheme that involves an incredible amount of moving parts is set out just to fuck you over. I believe a lot of that for a while. But that is the magic of gang stalking, is that you perceive your reality in a way that makes you feel, like, you perceive your reality as reality being against you. That's why gang stalking is so sinister. So you wonder, how are they paying for this? Who is paying for it? Because there is certainly no way that all of these people will take time out of their day to fuck with me. So it kind of gives you a feeling of importance. And I think that feeling of importance is what actually blocks a lot of the logic from it. The reality is that no one is getting paid. They will tell you, though, oh, like someone even told me, I'm getting paid to watch you, you know, and I believed it. The truth of the matter is that no one is getting paid for anything. That's a complete lie. It feels like that because your perception of reality has been twisted. You are perceiving a normal. You're finding logic in a normal. I don't know, traffic stop. You feel that everyone is against you, but that's the whole point of gang stalking. Gang stalking is supposed to make you feel like that. Um, I was arrested one time, and even though I was able to get out of it with a clean record, the cop did the gang stalking sign and did the evil grin. The fucking cop. And oh man, I was so upset. Let me tell you. But the thing is that I did have a headlight off, not working, and I just didn't know how to answer to cops so that they wouldn't um, search my car. Like, I have drugs in my car. I don't have any drugs anymore. I don't do that. So the truth of the matter is that it felt like the cop targeted me. It just felt like that, and it could have been, but I was stopped by cops for very, very, many times, and that never happened to me. So the truth of the matter is that even though you can feel that things are happening to you because you're being targeted, there's going to be things that are going to happen to you where you weren't targeted, that are just part of life. And gang stalking is going to make you get those two confused, where you can't even, assume that there is a plane there mocking you with a red light blinking at you like a damn turn signal. But because of gang stalking, you're perceiving it that way. Now, think about logically. Think about it logically. For a plane to go to take a particular route, someone needs to 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 do a lot of it. It's really expensive to fly a plane somewhere. Now, how crazy would it have to be for someone to put that plane there where you're driving by or walking by? It's like the story that I told you with the train, where I was driving on the freeway and the fucking train had shown its light on me right at the time where I was driving by. I was so convinced that they did the fucking train. I was convinced. I knew that it was true. But it's gang stalking. Gang stalking does that to you. The truth of the matter is that there is no money being involved, but gang stalkers want you to think that. So they're gonna do everything in their power, directly and indirectly, to convince you that they're using a lot of money to make this thing happen. But nothing has happened, only your perception of it has changed. There is a thing that gang stalkers do. So when you're being surrounded by gang stalkers and gang stalkers are doing the gang stalking sign wherever you turn around, doing that to you wherever you turn is conditioning. They're conditioning you to detect sudden movements as gang stalking. So when they did that for like 2 or 3 hours, I left the gym, and then everything looked different. The before and after that hour of conditioning of gang stalking, when they were doing the gang stalking sign. So everything that they do, the conditioning, consists of, like, if I look there, a gang stalker is gonna do that, exactly at the moment that I turn, with any part of their body. That's all. But everyone around you is gonna be doing that. Now, when that happens, and it happens to you for a really long time, even when my mind was completely relaxed, I was perceiving things differently. But I knew that it was just a perception because I have gone through it so many times, and I'm well aware of what is a perception and what isn't. But my mind was everything just felt uncanny, and I think that it was almost like almost like a ritual, like a little ritual that it makes your mind paranoid. Like, I wasn't paranoid at all. I was calm. I was mellow. I was having an incredible workout, But doing that to someone, when everyone is doing that to you, when everyone had done that to me, I left the gym. And I feel persecuted, but I think it's because it instills paranoia in your mind. So you perceive things differently. You do. You perceive things like you're being persecuted. You start seeing, you notice the turn signals, you notice the headlights, you notice all of that. And then I went to work. They kept doing it at work, but they saw that they had absolutely no reaction, and they were trying to use the trigger words, high mileage, screw, whatever, everything that used to work before, and the customers were doing the gang stalking. Every single customer was a gang stalker. They were doing their old tactics where they were interrupting me every 5 minutes. Or not every 5 minutes, every time. Like, they were asking me, oh, can I have this part for this car? And then whenever I would look, they would do the thing. They would do the same thing. And then they would tap, when I was typing on the computer, they would tap the counter. But my focus, I was able to just pull my focus away from them, and then just focus on my work, and then just completely ignore their tactics. I didn't even pay attention if they were doing micro expressions. I wasn't even paying attention because I don't care. I don't care anymore. I know that me caring is gonna perpetuate the gang stalking the gang stalking narrative, you know. But I just, and oh yeah, and the client, when she gave me a hard part, she saw me struggling, and when I found it, you know, she like slapped her foot on the floor, uh, you know, going implying that she was making the part really difficult to find, and implying that she got upset because I found it. You know, so it's just a bunch of trickery. Gang stalkers are not everywhere. They can be everywhere where you're at for a couple of days, for a week maybe. But after that, you have been conditioned to perceive people as gang stalkers. I forgot to mention it also happened on the phone when someone would say something really fast. Blah, 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 blah. You know, I was just trying. My solution to that was like, I didn't understand you spoke too fast, and if they spoke too fast again, you're speaking too fast. You need to slow down. You know, or when they give me like the wrong car part on purpose, and they would like change it to imply that it was, you know, that I made a mistake. I literally just didn't care. I was like, oh, I misheard you, and then I just kept typing. I completely ignored their. I didn't allow it to make me upset. I just said, oh, I'm sorry. I just misheard you, and then I just like I didn't take it personally because I don't care. I stopped caring about gang stalking a long time ago. But they're trying to get me, and it's not working. It's just not working because I found a way on how to not allow it. I built a psychological shield, pretty much. You know, like I'm not even looking at gang stalkers. Like I'm completely indifferent to everything that gang stalkers are doing because that's the solution. Now, the truth of the matter, again, is that there is no money involved. It appears like there is. It appears like they're spending a lot of money because that is exactly what they want you to believe. That they're spending a lot of money on destroying you. But that's the part of the delusion. That's what they want you to believe. As long as you feel, or as long as you think you know, that they're spending a lot of money on your gang stalking operation, you are going to not be able to see the truth. Whenever you believe that they set up a traffic jam to make you late, think, what time is it? Is there usually traffic here at this time? You know, and you know, if you need more proof, try doing the same thing at the same time. And don't tell anyone where you're going. Just check out the traffic. Drive through that same place at the same time on the same day, and then just think about your town and about how heavy traffic is at what time, and you're gonna find that traffic is usual. You're gonna find that they're actually doing reparations. They were doing reparations on somewhere that I was just driving through, and I was looking, and the guy that was repairing the street was just like, damn, you know why? I don't know why he fucking did that, you know. But you start to find meaning in that. You know, the truth is that gang stalkers from the very beginning used those tactics. They use the damn it, you know. They use the stomping on the floor. They use the evil grin from the very beginning. But your mindset is not squared into it. It's not. So with time and with as the more you get involved in the gang stalking, you're gonna start to find meaning into it. You're not ready until everything that they do makes sense to you. You find out why they're stopping the floor. When it makes sense to you, why they're smiling. Why they do that? Damn it, you know, all of that. When you make sense of it, you are synchronized with the gang stalking. You're synchronized with your mind is how they want you to have it set up. But as long as you disassociate yourself and you don't pay attention to as long as you purposely try to not find meaning in their evil grin, and their damn it, in their floor stomping, in all the signs, once you find no meaning in the door slamming, just whenever you feel that they're doing the door slam and it bugs you, think of it, it could be just someone. Even when you know that it's a gang stalker, you can be like, it possibly is, but the possibility exists that it isn't. You never want to close the possibility of being someone normal, because once you close that door of belief, of possibility, your mind is gonna start perceiving every door slam as bugging you, as a gang stalking trigger. You're gonna start considering every single car alarm activation as a trigger. You're gonna start considering every movement as a trigger. It is your job as a targeted individual to keep the possibility always open that it's not a gang stalker. Every time something triggers you, something makes you feel a negative emotion, just be like, oh, maybe not. Maybe yes, who cares? And move on and cut the thought right there. That's what you have to do. If you keep the possibility open that it's not a gang stalker, you are never going to be inside their psychological cage. Regardless of how obvious it could be. And this is the thing, this is how it goes. It goes in waves. Gang stalking actually goes in waves. And I'm actually going to talk to you about that in my next video. So I'm done here. Gang stalkers don't spend any money. And as long as you believe that there's money invested in you, you're going to be trapped psychologically. So it's all a trick. It's all a fucking trick. Just know this. It's all a fucking trick. And the more you ruminate about it, the deeper and the thicker the bars are gonna be around your gang stalking psychological fucking prison. There's no money involved. Don't get me wrong, they are invested. They're very invested in you, but not monetarily. Thank you for watching.